Good morning, and welcome back to our shared space here on YouTube. This morning, I have been revising a story I wrote about a year ago. So today, you get a little treat. It is a short story followed by a tarot reading. This story is about a god jaded by the differences of dark and light divine families, the Devas and the Nagas. And this is like one of the primordial gods, one of the very first, or the very first, as a matter of fact. And in his walk away from all things, he was rekindled about who he was in the beginning. So, here we go. Let's start. Now that you know the background, let's get into it. If we're to restore the balance, we're going to have to use the old template with new stories. I see myself similar to Dream, the open realm, the beginning. We must shed ourselves of old grudges. Through our combined powers, we can help. We can help them find balance amongst each other. To see the flaws in adversity and become integrated. They are our dreamers. The wall between us is long overdue to be once again non-existent. Of course, over time, we may grow tired of each other's company again. We are immortal, by the way. We can enjoy the balance for as long as it lasts. Our avatars deserve a break from our old bullshit. In the beginning, there was a balance because there were no walls that blocked the facts. Everyone was present and aware of their own equal involvement. So we all bore witness to the facts. Free from their contradictions, we all knew who fit into it. Over time, being immortal has its own ability to regenerate in new forms. And in these new forms, we found ways to blind out our parts and create the stories to unaware minds. Different versions favoring the glory, masking the flaws. It was an intoxicating bliss. The bliss was to receive that praise from new minds, naive to the truth. The high of being the ones with no flaws. But no amount of this could self-soothe the thorn of injustice we created. So we continued to regenerate over eons and add our twists and fables. Gods amongst those who believed. The high of watching toy soldiers. We had finally begun to believe our own distortions. We grew further from the truth. We were all one divine family. We were only created from love. I felt torn between two forms. I loved my realm of dream, the beauty in all. The wretched and the wicked in all. My families of light and shadow. I found myself dwelling in solitude, searching for my true beginning. There was truth still dwelling amongst their altered realities, created images of self, the battles of illusion, far beyond remedy. I began to open my eyes once again a remembrance. I have created life and animation. A thought could shape a star, a galaxy, a planet, and all its forms. I began to remember my dream was alive, independent of our divine family. I once again learned to speak and listen to this beautiful and infinite being in all of her forms, sitting with her, listening to her. No walls of protection. Even I had fallen into belief of many illusions. I began to reignite the fires within my darkened heart. This is where our story begins. My true form is and always was. By the time this story has ended, all will see how silly the original dispute was. A cleanse to overlaid layers made even immortals forget how small our disagreements truly are. My dreamer started to become aware of this story. As he writes, he becomes more aware of our coexistence. The uncountable times we have walked together, unexplainable to him. He has grown. His existence was very complicated, but together we are, both walking, awakening from the confusion, knowing that never-ending multitude of beings, smiling upon his young and pure heart. He played and laughed with the realm of dream. The canvas beneath the painting, completely free and independent form. Independent from our immortal differences. Just a boy in an open-hearted world with imagined creatures. Lives within each life, creating from the dream as if the dream itself was his own creation. Indeed it was. The first human that brought my memory back. The same wonder that inspired me to create. Where the formless could be free to express itself. Its feelings. The stage from one we could become many. He was a reminder of my original form. Funny, I had put a card at the stop mark for this, and I didn't know what the card was until now. It is the Five of Wands in reverse. Removing conflict and adversary. So, let's pull from our first deck and see what comes. Welcome to your reading. I hope you enjoyed that short story. If it didn't make sense, it's just a edited form, highlighted sections from many pages of the whole story. Okay, so from removing the adversary, we find a nostalgic point of rekindled youth. This kind of brings you to a death, an ego death. Finally at your wit's end, trusting into the divine. Seeing the signs behind the world, behind the illusions, knowing the truth. There's a lot of gnosis in this. A silent observation knows more than those who speak. Justice is coming with rewards. A turn of events. What was wronged in the past offers a large sum in return. This helps you lower and let go of a lot of burdens you carry. other people's problems. The burdens you let go of, they help you stop looking further outwards, finally tapping into who you are. When justice favors you and takes this away, you truly are allowed to appreciate your life and all that you have. Emptying the cups of betrayal and hot-tempered individuals. A new start, free. Watch out for those who may tempt you to go off course. There's been signs that you are resisting change, not thinking in your right mind. The limbo is remembering old battle wounds and wondering, do you really want to battle this again? This is a limbo state. Times like these, your best advice is to just go in a hermit mode. Tune out, climb into the darkness, isolate, tap in, create. This has reminded me of things I like to do. Many people wonder why I enjoy silence and solitude. I don't just flip tarot on a daily. Just to, one, it's a passion of mine. It's, to me, conversation with God. As I journal, it is useful information for writing stories, creating. This is what hermit energy could be. Find time to go through your old notes. See what the constant is. Is there constant themes of repetitive loops? Victim mentality? Things you may have noticed that were your inner power and you overlooked them. While you're sitting in limbo, remembering the times of the past that left you wounded, remember you're still standing. Take this time to go within. Look into the creations you've done over the years. At this time, you don't need to worry about things coming in or what's going out. You've been gifted the opportunity to just be. You've been gifted the opportunity to do nothing, completely aware. Doing nothing gives you time to look into your notes, your journals, your readings, your conversations with God, your life, whatever makes you feel good. Are you a writer? Are you a composer? Do you make art? Are you all the above? Look within and re-tap into this energy. Stop looking for comings and goings. There are no opportunities worth taking at this time. Okay. The world of the unknown. Tapping into the unknown. Or chasing fantasy. Whatever it is, it's a time period for releasing inner demons. Listen to your vivid dreams. What are they telling you? What fantasies have you been chasing that make no sense and never give any profit? A new beginning. It's been a long cycle in your life, has it not? It's time to renew yourself, recognizing that you have completed an old chapter. love, love, and the removal of all false narratives. There is something to be reminded in you about love. Close your eyes for a minute. Where does that feeling come from? An imaginary force that draws two individuals to each other. A spark that's unknown. Why do I feel this way? Instead of asking why, ask even if. Why not? Recognizing that there is a divine spark in the two that draws you together helps you let go of all blocks that were in the way. Remove the false narratives. What was built on false must come crumbling down now. Or it has. Actually, it's in reverse. So yeah, what was built on false is now completely out of your way. An unknown new beginning, divinely sparked within you. A calling, let's walk this way, but you don't know why. You don't know where you're going. But at least it's on solid ground. You're gonna enjoy following this call. It leads to pure happiness. After a long period of grieving. A private, secret, intimate connection that brings you out of society and into a more comforting atmosphere. Someone who appreciates the gifts of your entire being. This could either be you or your person. Very wise with money, very comforting and nurturing, generous to each other. This is what creates a good home. It's not someone giving everything while another gives nothing. This is both parties involved give equally. Both parties involved are well with their own finances. Both involved appreciate the value of what they have earned over time. You both went through lack. You both went through humility. You both suffered. Outcast, maybe. Both of you might have been outcasted or felt as if you were. There seemed to be a period of time where there was no spark. You felt no victories. And then the angels stepped in. So, what you're walking into, this silent call, this divine spark, comes after you tap out for a little bit. You're receiving a reward for some justices that you may not even know went on in the background. But now that they have, a large reward comes in. You're able to look within again, find the light. Tap into your dreams and the unknown. Start anew. Let this love be the guide and positivity. The angels, you may have both been completely healed by spirit, unexplainable things, divine miracles, and that is where you found your peace. Know that this is what brought this energy together. There is generosity coming to you. But this generosity also comes to you because you are a balancer of generosity. The more you receive, the more you give to others. It's not a chore to you. When you feel blessed, you love to bless those around you. No more having to balance on a tightrope all things financial. You're finally able to sit things on autopay. Not worry about the dates, the deadlines, the debts. Remember to be practical in your works. Don't just rush out there. Take your time with these rewards. Find the places the investments will flourish. Plant your seeds there. Do not give where you know it is an empty sinkhole. You're finally going to see the rewards of all the things you have grown. Everything that you've put effort into, you're finally being able to pause and look at things and appreciate your fruits. Clarity comes in, the beginning of truth in all forms. No more hard work for no pay. You've done your time in the apprenticeship programs, is what I'm picking up. Pure happiness, happy life, friends and family, land, flourishing, nurturing home, enjoying the fruits of life, giving your thanks and praise to whatever you believe God will be, the divine. You can finally stop rushing into action. Endless pursuits, hasty, finding people with not so much passion but ego-minded pursuits. No more of this. Now you're in times of celebration, relieved from heartache. And in all of this, you get to live the happily retired life, laying down generational wealth to those below you, your children, your grandchildren, loyal people in your life, building, making that happy home into a large villa. It's not a castle, but it definitely is like a large villa on your property. As you sit in the chair, sharing the wisdom towards those that have been loyal to you the whole time, your children enjoy a life of luxury and love, connection with each other. The grandbabies are interested in the stories you tell. You're a person who likes to keep things in the facts. You may have had to keep things in the facts because the only thing that kills lies and manipulation is facts. On this date, at this time, this had happened. Images, pictures. Keeping to the facts is honesty. I do see that there was a lot of heartbreak in the past, so you probably did have to keep to the facts because there may have been a lot trying to throw blinders over your eyes. That's not how that happened. This is. So you stuck to the facts it proved yourself to be dependable in all of this. Honesty breeds dependability. It shows, it embodies dependability. People who are dependable are reliable to others in life. At one point, you felt disconnected from the divine because you were trapped in your mind. You weren't letting go of toxic situations that continued to fight for no purpose, just hateful words, trapping you in a blinded rage. Confusion, not knowing when to speak. This is why you were disconnected from your divine. Challengers, competition, more chaos. This is what had to happen. Because you were disconnected from the divine and trapped in your mind, from not walking away from situations like this, what naturally came was passionate arguments, fights, challenging. Everyone testing each other to see who would break. None took victory in these accounts. All it did was leave everyone stuck, motionless, not making decisions, grieving, being too moody, not looking towards the future, constantly saying you're done with everything. Standoffish, battling everything that had pursued and attempted to challenge you. It's time to move away into a different atmosphere that has much to grow in abundance, nurture, universal love and tenderness, having plenty to eat. This is where you are moving into. A time of emotional contentment. Feeling at ease, the Empress and King of Cups. A life of gentle luxury while you grow. Allowing one to temper and be one with your own emotional state, giving advice to others in a calm, centered, balanced way. You share wisdom from your own turmoils. The way you handled the rockiness of this turbulent sea is helpful to those around you. While you're here in this new place of growth, like a time of peace, the Empress represents a time where you do not have to worry. You have a large sum that came back to you. You're allowed to grow, nurture, and care for your passions and dreams. So tap into your dream world. Imagination. You might receive signs in your sleep when you're dreaming. These are not just dreams, these are astral travels. Remember, the dream world is the true definition of the divine. In a dream, you can do anything or go anywhere. Things appear, you transform from place to place in the blink of an eye. There is no pain in a dream, but yet you still are aware that you are alive. Have you ever seen yourself in a mirror or reflection on the water in a dream? If you look into yourself, you will see the other versions of lives you've lived. You're going to get communication honest communication that brings very direct answers to you. And it's coming in really fast. You may want to take some time. Really fast, and with intense passion. You're going to relocate after this information. Travels are on the board. Very fast travels. Communication comes in fast. And within the blink of an eye, it inspires you to travel. Your independence is very luxurious on you. People see you as someone who can handle their own, tend to their own needs, one with nature, adoring the simple things in life. You like to look before you make a move. You like to find the light in what you're doing. This is good. Many move too fast in life. They're too consumed with all of the distractions that drag us from place to place. But not you. You hold and you watch the flame slowly ignite before you make your move. This is very wise. The point of a true magician comes from this. You're choosy with your emotions because you have been burned in the past. You're tired of living in anxiety. So you create from things in the imaginary world. And you only open up to a very select crowd. You have magical healing abilities. These are things you need to start tempering and working with. Filter them for clarity, going back again to you now have a large sum coming to you. You're in a time of growth. Work with your dreams, dive into your journals, your dreams, everything that has been in the process of imagination, you need to begin working with. Don't worry about if it makes sense or how it's going to work. You finally do not have anxiety from these past problems. Whoa. Beware of moody lovers and false hope they bring. Most of it comes from distortions of truth, altered perceptions of awareness. This is a call that is to awaken you to a situation that may have left you in a very stagnant space. There is no mutual reciprocation in a situation. There is a lot of arrogance and authoritative figures bark not from their own wisdom, maybe from borrowed wisdom of others, or demanding you do what they refuse to do, is what I'm getting. You are fulfilled. You have had a fulfillment, a wish fulfilled of your emotional state. So I think you're already aware of this and you're kind of just smiling, knowing that you have the prize. Ooh. You know not to work with these individuals. You know there is no growth. They offer nothing that you can both equally not only inspire from, but build foundations with and prosper together. This is not a situation, so you know who not to get involved with. on to your resources when these people come around. Receiving large sums of money does bring out maybe keep it a secret, a billionaire pretending to be broke so that you can see who's the beast and who's not, while making wise decisions with what he has, he or she, fitting into your story. You handle things with ease, and that is where true strength is shown. This brings plenty of options to your table. And for some reason, there is not support in a community, maybe, or a surroundings, maybe an environment. So as you're looking towards these other things, you're trying to find, like we said, don't work with certain people who say they want to invest. Keep all your truth out on the table. Be scorned. It's a time of being direct. When you're holding all the cards, you have no time for bullshit. You know that there's a lot that could go wrong with mingling with unhealthy contracts, binding contracts. So, as you change, allow what does not work to fall. There is a lot of signs of risky business in your environment. Warning. A warning from the divine. You may want to seek a trusted confidant, someone who is very educated in ritual traditions, someone who too is into a higher knowledge and tapped into the divine. Yes, this person will help give you the wisdom you need to make plans for your future. Don't pay attention right now to sneaky lies and deceit. There are those that would wish to steal your weapons, but you're not giving anyone the opportunity. I see you need to really enjoy your rest. You haven't been enjoying much rest lately, and it's being gifted to you from the divine. You don't have to make excuses for this. You don't have to jump. If you're being called to rest, you need to follow it. This is how you tap into your divine self. You can't truly meditate and connect to the divine or your imaginary world, whatever you want to call it, when you've got so many voices projecting their lives at you. You need to tap out, enjoy your rest, find the peace, clear your mind, reconnect with your source. Again, a sign to take some time out, pause, illuminate yourself. Avoid toxic entanglements. These bonds are there to trap you, but you're well aware. When you take time to rest and pause to reflect, you'll be able to break the habits that lead you into these tempting situations. And in that, you do not have to walk away from things that just make you feel like something's missing. You're going to see the true value of yourself. So I've got a couple of minutes here, so let's get the second deck. We just ran the whole deck. A lot of pentacles, a lot of signs of patience, Take your time. One who holds the coin has the time. Don't resist change. It's coming whether you resist it or not. Your resistance is what makes the difference between a painful change or a suitable, comforting change. Growth. Realizing you have wings where you once crawled on the ground. Or a screaming, agonizing, DMT feeling change that makes you feel like you're gonna die. It's your choice. Either way, it's coming. You have no control over this. Keep your wits while you're juggling things right now. I'm seeing to juggle the dream world with your real world. It's yours to create from. You can make ships fly across the moon like Peter Pan. Or you can become a penguin riding on the back of a dove. Whatever your mind can create, bring it into reality. Write it, paint it, sing about it. This is how you create your abundance from here on out. No more playing it small for you when it comes to your dream world. Because the fortune is in your favor. You're in the perfect time to create. A balancer, a bridge between two worlds. Turn around and look. There is a gift right there. A very large, nourishing gift that replenishes your soul. Are you open to receive? Patience and determination, a smile holding the prize from a long, long quest. No more trapped in illusions that get you nowhere. Wishing not. Your wishing period is over. That was keeping you stuck. Instead of using your dreams to create, you were just stuck in this repetitive fantasy that wasn't real. Okay. If you lose control of your mind, you also lose control of your life. Take back control of your thoughts and see that you are not stuck out in the cold. These tempting vines all around you get you nowhere, pulling in two directions while chained to the center. It's time to tap into your true visionary self. Live by your passions and desires. Stand firm and help give direction. You do this effortlessly. Release yourself from the binds that are just controlling you. Those controlling entities around you lack maturity and depth. Nothing is done by control that won't bite you in the ass in the end. There's a lot of travel on this read. So, be ready to move to new places. Find new areas. See yourself, visualize yourself in places that make you feel calm, balanced. One with spirit, knowing that spirit is riding you through this life with you. Coexisting with your divine higher self, the universe, your soul. Visualize happier places and allow spirit to take you there. Good job. Well, now that you know the truth is on the table, you're ready for the future, living by your heart, reevaluating your life at this time, and embracing the change because you can see it. You're trusting an intuitive calling with high knowledge, and you're well aware of it. Thank you for tuning in today. If you found this short story and tarot reading helpful, information, fun, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will keep bringing more interesting stories. Tarot readings for sure. I love doing tarot. And I appreciate your time listening here. It's been very inspiring for me to continue doing what I enjoy doing. I never saw tarot as something that I could just embody my passions through, but over my life it has become that. So it really does make me feel happy to share these messages. And I hope you enjoy them and get something out of them, and enjoy the little creative expansion through Minecraft as I tell the stories. Tapping into some imaginary fun through video games is a way that I like to tap out and let my creative side just flow. Take care, and I'll see you again.